Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. What's up, guys? This is Michael. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're talking about the season 3, but also series finale of The Bad Batch. And now, I know what I said a few weeks ago, saying that Bad Batch season 3 to X-Men 97, there was no contest because X-Men 97 was kicking ass. And it still is. In fact, I encourage you all to go check out my short talking about the first part of 3-episode finale for the first season of X-Men 97. It's awesome. It's really cool. Anyway, we're talking about Bad Batch. So strap in, boys and girls. So we've essentially grown up with these characters, and let me explain what I mean by that. We met the Bad Batch, I want to say 3 years ago, maybe less time than that. And we know who they are. They are Clone Force 99. We met them back in Clone Wars Season 7. If you guys remember Clone Wars Season 7, they were the first part of Clone Wars Season 7. You know, before we meet Ahsoka and the Martez sisters, and then before we go into that epic ending of Clone Wars with Ahsoka and Rex leading into Revenge of the Sith, which I know there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there that probably don't agree with that because it's like, oh, you're ruining canon. But look, I'm going to go out on record. You can quote me if you want to. I liked it. I think it was cool because I know there's a lot of people that think, oh, Ahsoka should have died, but not me, because I really enjoyed Ahsoka. In fact, I made a video last year, and I put Ahsoka as my number one favorite Jedi. So, and I grew up with her. So, and just like Ahsoka, and this is where I'm going with this, we grew up with the Bad Batch. We grew up with Clone Force 99. We grew up with Omega. So, like I said, to give you a little bit more backstory to catch you guys up, Clone Force 99, was basically created because there was this defective clone during the Clone Wars called 99, Clone 99. And he was just a defective clone. Well, what the Kaminoans did was, because defective clones were coming out, because you have to remember that the DNA of Jango Fett was starting to get stretched pretty thin. Now, bear with me here, guys. For those of you that maybe don't know the comics or the books of the EU, stay with me here. And there's a lot of stuff in the EU that I don't know either, okay? I don't. But bear with me here. So, because Jango's DNA was being stretched so thin and they were running out, it was basically, you were getting almost defective clones. But what made them defective, it wasn't their look, it wasn't their personalities. No, it was actually really cool. They got certain powers. And we started with 4, if you remember. If you watched Clone Wars Season 7, you remember that we started with 4 Bad Batch members, right? You've got Hunter, who uses 2 vibroblades, and he basically is able to detect electrical energy, kind of almost like a sixth sense, which is why he's known as Hunter. Next, we've got Wrecker. Big, strong, hulking, funny, loves to eat, and he's awesome. Next, we've got Tech. He's the brains of the operation. And then we've got Crosshair, Sniper, best of the best, can't beat, always finds his mark. And eventually, when it comes to at the end of that arc in Clone Wars Season 7, we know that they get a 5th member, Echo. Because Echo, thanks to the Separatists at the time, had been basically turned into a cyborg. But it was awesome. Anyway, so if you don't know the series Bad Batch, it basically follows the Bad Batch on their adventures, and it picks up right after Order 66 is enacted. And basically, if you've seen it, you know about Crosshair. He goes to the dark side a little bit because he turns on his brothers, but that's only because of the, you know, inhibitor chip in his head. Look, I'm not going to go into a bunch of Star Wars stuff here, lore, because there's so much to cover. But anyway, a lot of fun adventures with these guys. Omega, I know a lot of people found her annoying at the beginning, but you know what? It's good story development. It's good character arc because now we love Omega and we want to see more of Omega. And, you know, I know a lot of people were thinking that, oh, one of the clones is going to die. One of Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch, is going to die. And I'm really glad that nobody died. I'm glad Omega's alive. I'm glad Hunter's alive. I'm glad Wrecker's alive. I'm glad Crosshair's alive. Echo's alive. We lost Tech. If you guys watched Bad Batch Season 2, we lost Tech at the end of Season 2. Kind of the end of Season 2. But we lost Tech, and, you know, he'll always be remembered for sure. But this episode was just wholesome and heartwarming, and I think, you know, I'm gonna say it like this, you guys. I really am. So forgive me if I get a little emotional here. We need this, and not just the storytelling. Bear with me here. We need more happy endings. Look, you go outside your door right now, and it's a scary place because you don't know what's happening. We see a lot of sad things on the news. We see a lot of things that could or would happen in certain scenarios, or, you know, stuff like that. And what I saw last night in the Bad Batch is it got a little dark. It did. But at the end of it, it was a happy ending. With the exception of Tech, everybody made it out in one piece. From Echo to Hunter to Wrecker to Omega to Crosshair to Emery, Carr, Dr. Carr, to the kids. And if you've watched the finale last night, you know who I'm talking about. And then something beautiful happened at the end that almost got me choked up. We see a completion, a true epilogue that could possibly set up a future show, possibly, about maybe what happened in the rebellion. And it's basically Omega, she's grown up now. She becomes a pilot, and she wants to help the rebellion. We know that she's force sensitive, and I know a lot of people may be asking, well, what is she? Why did the Empire want her so much? I mean, in the season 1 opener, we kind of find out that they want Omega because she's an anomaly and she's got Jango's DNA, and that she could possibly be used to make more clones. But the cool thing is now she's all grown up. Now she can look after herself because of her brothers. And even though Hunter's not ready to let go, like all parents aren't ready to let go of their kids, he knows that he has to. She's ready to leave the nest. She's ready to go see the universe, the galaxy on her own, to fight for what she believes in. And he knows this. And he says, if you ever need us, we're here. And she smiles, and she takes off in the Havoc Marauder, her home. And it was really touching to see. And then, of course, as she's leaving, as she's taking off, you see her dog Batcher, who's now older. You see Hunter, who's now older. We don't actually know the timeline. We don't know how far in the future, but we know that she's more mature now. She's more grown up. And the last thing you hear from Hunter is, "Don't worry, girl." Meaning her dog Badger, she'll be okay. And then finally we see Omega take off. It was heartwarming, it was special, but it's also kind of sad because I hope we get to see more of the Bad Batch. I hope we get to see more of these characters. I hope we get more Omega because she really was an awesome character. She is an awesome character. Now, I've heard some theories out there about maybe Asajj Ventress training Omega in the ways of the Force. I actually would like that. We saw a little bit of that in Season 3, but I would actually very much like to see Ventress maybe train her in the ways of the Force. I think that would be cool. So, before I end this video, guys, I just want to add something else. At the beginning of the video, I said, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Look, I'm going to be candid here. I'm going to be frank with you guys. Total transparency. I know that Star Wars is maybe not in a good place right now. I know that. It's been weighing on my mind very much because I am a Star Wars fan. I grew up with the prequels. I have watched the original trilogy, excuse me. The Force Awakens I enjoyed. Last Jedi, not really. Rise of Skywalker, it has its moments, but it's not the best. Rogue One, awesome. Solo, I didn't even go bother to see. And then we've got the live action stuff. Mandalorian, good. Mandalorian Season 2, good. Mandalorian Season 3, could have been better. Now look, I'm not here to spread negativity, but I understand where maybe the fandom is divided, but I want you to hear this from me. I know there are a lot of people out there that kind of want George Lucas to come back and say, okay, screw all this crap. We're doing it my way. We're going to do good Star Wars. And I know that Dave Filoni probably gets a lot of slack. But here's my take, you guys. When you can give us a story like The Bad Batch, like Clone Wars, like Rebels, and yes, like Ahsoka. I know a lot of people think Ahsoka didn't hit, but I thought it was okay. I've heard a lot of bitching about Kathleen Kennedy. So I have a question. Who else is there that can keep George Lucas's Star Wars, George Lucas's vision? No, take that back. Our Star Wars legacy alive, besides the fans. I'm gonna go out on record. You can quote me. You can say I'm wrong if you want. But I think if Star Wars is gonna have a chance to survive, it's Dave. It's Dave Filoni, because he understands Star Wars just like we do. And I know there's a lot of people out there, and I'm sorry if this video is taking long. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like Dave. I know there's a lot of people think, oh, he's just a kid playing with his toys. But let me ask you something. How many of you are just like him? How many of you love swinging a lightsaber? Or how many of you like shooting a blaster? How many of you wish you would fly an X-Wing? Even a TIE fighter. So don't be afraid to be a kid. If there's a future for Star Wars, which I'm holding out hope that there is, maybe, just maybe, Dave Filoni might be the one to bring Star Wars back to prominence. But only time will tell. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry this video took so long, but I really did enjoy Bad Batch Season 3 finale. It was awesome. And hey, guys, it is May 1st. This Saturday is May the 4th. So you know what that means. May the 4th be with you. May the Force be with you. And you know what? I'm going to say, instead of just saying it's a week of Star Wars stuff, it's actually a month of Star Wars. May is Star Wars month. And I hope you guys go out, have some fun, watch the movies, wherever you want to watch them, whether it's in theaters, whether you got physical media and you're watching the originals and the prequels, go ahead and do it. Hell, if you like the sequels, go watch the sequels. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Please hit the like button, share this sucker out there. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I make another video. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of Bad Batch Season 3? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the finale? Was it awesome? What's your rating? For me, I give it a 10 out of 10, and I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. And also tell me in the comments below, what do you think about the future of Star Wars? Can it come back? Or is it doomed to fail? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you next time. Remember, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you make it not only an anime day, but also remember, the Force will be with you always. Later.